I am a pussy, and that is frankly a wild thing to say. I'm telling you, I am a pussy. Oh, sorry if this is how you found out, but I'm telling you that I am a pussy. God.
Yesterday, we debunked John Oliver's incoherent ramblings about Donald Trump 2.0, and some of it was incoherent and some of it was deliberately deceitful. There have been some developments, which brings us to our newest segment.
I am a pussy, and that is frankly a wild thing to say. I'm telling you, I am a pussy. Oh, sorry if this is how you found out, but I'm telling you that I am a pussy. God.
Little Tom Jones.
Yeah. You want to dance, Johnny? Let's dance. So yesterday in real time when we debunked, of course, recognizing very much fair use, we told you in real time exactly what would happen to that segment because we know Johnny Oliver. John Oliver is always wrong. I expect this show to be completely removed because every time we critique John Oliver, his talent agency directly claims that it's a copyright violation and gets it removed. I'm willing to bet it's because of the many, many millions of plays critiquing him. I bet you probably think you know where this is going, but allow me to present the prestige. The clip was immediately banned before it even went live. And this has greater ramifications for everyone on YouTube and on social media. You know, it used to be called new media. This was seen as, you know, this new frontier. It's not anymore. This is media. And you have people, these dinosaurs, these legacy dinosaurs, who want to abuse it and ensure that you can't actually have your say. That's the reason that Rumble exists. YouTube is dead. YouTube is not what YouTube once was. The claim was made on behalf of Oliver's talent agency, Avalon, and Last Week Tonight. This was manual. They did it. This wasn't just automatic.
I thought you misspoke, but it actually was taken down before it went live.
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they have us set as an alert.
Same.
We appealed the decision, just to give you an idea, under this fair use principle. It's a law principle, and we've done this in the past. The appeals have been denied.
Yeah.
Let me be clear with you in sort of outlining what fair use is. It couldn't be more clear in this instance, and if this doesn't apply as fair use, everyone out there is at risk. If you rebut anything, it can be removed. If you have an opinion that someone doesn't like and you show a clip, hey, do you know who violates fair use? John Oliver, by showing clips on a regular basis to lampoon them or rebut them. Now, of course, he's never actually debated anyone in person or showed up with anyone who was a less than friendly audience, which I would argue is, cowardice. But he's a Brit.
Cocksucker.
So according to YouTube's standards, which are supposed to be based on law, and by the way, the same applies for journalism. Single-party consent means that the other person doesn't need to know that they're being filmed or recorded. You know, how you expose corruption. YouTube doesn't apply the law in that instance either, but hey, they get the benefit of Section 230 so long as they follow the law. So this is how YouTube defines fair use. Purpose and character, it says courts typically focus on whether the use of copyright-protected material is transformative. That means, are you just rebroadcasting something? Are you pirating it? Or are you changing that content? Like a parody, or like a point-by-point myth, fact, claim, truth, rebuttal. It's transformative. The nature of the copyrighted work is another category they have. It says using material from primarily factual works is more likely to be fair use than using purely fictional works. Maybe that's John Oliver's defense, that he is not a primarily factual entity, show, creator. I don't know. It's the only wiggle room I can see with them arguing against this being fair use. If John Oliver wants to go out on that shield and say, well, you can't take what I say seriously, I'm full of shit. Fine.
Listen to that argument.
Maybe he's arguing that his works are completely, just purely fictional. I don't know. And then the third sort of litmus test is the amount or the length of the copyrighted work being used. So borrowing small bits, according to YouTube, of material from an original work is more likely to be considered fair use than borrowing large portions. So we rebutted John Oliver, therefore it was transformative. It is supposed to be a primarily fact-based work. Okay, so we should be covered there. And then as long as you're using shorter clips and addressing them due to their newsworthiness or factual basis or disagree. All three categories. It couldn't be more clear. This is an attack on freedom of speech on YouTube. And I know some libertarians out there say, oh, you can go create your own YouTube. Well, we have. There's Rumble. But this is about selective application of the rules and the law. A final category is effect on market value. Uses that harm the copyright holder's ability to profit from their original work are less likely to be fair uses. This didn't harm John Oliver's ability to profit whatsoever. If anything, it would drive more traffic to his content.
More numbers, more eyeballs.
Yep. So does our video fit those standards? Well, here's the thing. Right now it's been removed from YouTube, so you can't watch it. I know, it's like a figment of your imagination. So actually go on over to the Rumble homepage. It's featured. And check the video out to see for yourself. Featured right there on the homepage. Thanks, Rumble. Link in the description.
It's got to piss him off.
There didn't used to be a Rumble.
Yeah.
This is the problem with being at the feet of YouTube. Guys, you got to start migrating. Also, how many new stars has YouTube allowed to grow in the last 3-4 years? It's really, really hard.
Yeah.
They've pulled the ladder up. They want the John Olivers, the Seth Meyers of the world. They don't want you. In retaliation, by the way, to yesterday's show, in a rare instance of showing up for the fight, John Oliver posted his own, arguably not fair use, watch and react.
Play it from the beginning.
You may think that is waste. It's all waste. Look, you may think that it's not run efficiently. Yeah, but we know that, but you've never conducted any actual audits. This is the first time it's happened in our lifetime. That's why it's a big deal. That's why you're so mad. You understand that, right? You may think that is waste. We've been saying it for decades. You may think that money is perhaps being laundered. We've been saying it for decades. Hey, let me ask you this. You ever look into Burisma? You ever talk about it? What about the Hunter Biden laptop? What about the 70,000 new IRS employees? What about the IRS targeting of conservatives? But you ever look into any of it? They always try to like, oh, we can have a respectful disagreement. Only you never have. You called us Nazis then, and you imply that we're Nazis now. You can go yourself back to the UK.
I feel worse for the alleged pedophile. At least he showed up.
Jeez.
So this is where we are.
Love it.
John Oliver is a huge, absolute and Google is doing the bidding of these giant networks. And by the way, these giant networks don't care about you. Remember HBO? Westworld, first season was a great show. You're now a subscriber to Max? They don't have it. They don't have it. I went to HBO to go, now called Max, to try and watch Westworld. It's not there, but I have Chris Wallace. Are you screwing with me?
HBO's been at the center of the cancer for years.
It really has.
It is the worst of the fucking worst. I worked there.
Yeah,
I worked for a good guy, Chris Rock, but I saw and I met the fucking faces of evil.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
But I took their money.
Yes, of course you took their money back. Then you take the money to use it against them, and by that I mean get another boat.
No, I had a crack habit. Listen.
At least it would be nice if John Oliver had a crack. At least he'd be.
Oh, I hope he dies soon.
He's.
I really do. I hope there's an accident.
You know what? I think unlike
I hope
Trevor
his
Noah,
kids are in the front seat.
Unlike Colbert.
Shut up, you pussies.
Unlike Colbert, I think John Oliver can be funny. But you know what? Say what you want about Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart did absolutely own Bill O'Reilly on his own show. He would show up. He did it with Tucker Carlson and Begala on Crossfire. He had the balls to show up and to argue.
And he was nice about it.
Yeah.
I never had a problem with Stu, of course, politically, yeah.
Sure.
But I told you, when he had shows before he had the Daily Show on Comedy Central, he would call me first.
Yeah.
He threw me on a couple times. And then he mentioned me and Colin Quinn when he signed off on the Daily Show.
Yeah.
He said, I look forward to going back to stand up. And
Yeah.
And I always liked him. He was always polite, even if we beefed or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, and at least he would show up. John Oliver has never
he's
showed
a bitch.
up.
He's a limey, dirty limey.
Yes, he is. And YouTube is doing the bidding of talentless, I don't want to say talentless, mediocre talent, backboneless, spineless, feckless pussies who aren't even from this country. YouTube, how about you start following the laws of the country that has allowed you to create a company in the first place? This is threatening the entire ecosystem, and we've seen this for a long time. The entire platform of YouTube, though it's pretty much dead. Rumble is the future, and we're able to do these kinds of segments. John Oliver, anytime, we welcome you. And of course, we'll be polite. We'll match intensity. I would love to have a conversation with you. And not just about political disagreements. Maybe you don't know that your talent agency is doing this. Maybe you don't know what's going on social media. I know you've advocated for censorship of speech, but you know what? I'm willing to hear you out. And I know that everyone in the conservative movement is willing to hear you out. You'd be surprised as to how polite the audience is, but the difference is they actually show up. They actually stand behind their convictions. There's a reason that Rumble is the future. There's a reason that YouTube is dead. And it's just crystallized by the fact that John Oliver is a spineless pussy.
I am a pussy, and that is frankly a wild thing to say. I'm telling you, I am a pussy. Oh, sorry if this is how you found out, but I'm telling you that I am a pussy. God.
Hey, if you like this video, you're still here, click there. Click there to watch more rebuttals, takedowns, and claim and truth videos where they're pretty self-explanatory in the title. I don't know what the thumbnail is. It's not salacious, is it? Maybe a little. That's ideal.